NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live second-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Morrish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Well, Frank, this is something we've seen more and more of in recent years, players just on the fringe.
Yeah, it's good to see. It shows he's thinking. You don't just have to grab the lob wedge, and that's it. I think hybrid, putt, you name it, whatever works.
And he's made the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So that's a drop shot. Now here at the par 4-8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of two bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those two bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Good swing, good shot yet again. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. Tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. The former college #1 makes another birdie. Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be two bunkers down the right side. There is now one, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side. So it still actually suits the draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Settles in over the putt.
might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That was just a beautiful drive. He hit it solid and right in the middle. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
So trying to get the back nine off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up. Wow, I thought he made that. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Has his par. Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole, with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there. But it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything. Birdie opportunities, holes that are fought by water, bunkering that's been changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
That one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards. Headed for the bunker? That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club?
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. hand, getting ready for the putt. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
It's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now. Has it?
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Fourth shot, wants to get this close. Just inside about 15 feet from the hole. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So just a formality. Going to have to regroup now after that double bogey. Well, Frank, this is kind of the forgotten par 3 on the back 9 here at TPC Scottsdale. All of that attention on hole number 16. What do you think of the par 3 12?
This is by far tougher, Rich. Downhill tee shot, especially off that back tee. Bunkering down the left, sort of it catches your eye, but it also takes your eye off the water, which is behind and to the right of this green. You've got to be careful. This is a real sleeper, this par 3.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Good read, good line. Well played.
Par 5 13th, chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough, but also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left too. If you finish up on that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in front, or it has to be all carried.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I've ever seen. Just let it rip. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
And now the second shot here at this par 5.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good par. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here. Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. 12 feet still to go. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
This for him would be one drop shot. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Par 4 14th, and Frank, this hole packs a little punch, doesn't it?
Yeah, the addition of just a little bit more yardage, plus the bunker on the left has been pushed out into the fairway. It actually makes the whole play a little bit longer than its 490 yards. Second shot is a little bit uphill. No longer is there a bunker on the right side. That side of the green is actually open. You don't really want to be trying to miss that green on the right. Should you try to go at the flag, you're going to have to carry that front bunker.
Good contact, good result. He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Frank, where is that been?
Well, thank God for small mercies.
That concludes round 3 here. Not a very good one, Frank.
Yeah, really a poor performance is the only way to put it. Rich, missing putts throughout the round really kept them back from putting anything of consequence together.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's the final round of the Arizona Summer Classic.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. From the rough, just a bit to the right, though.
The ball always starts where the club face is pointing. And this one, just right of the intended line.
He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Just a couple of feet. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. All right, Frank, now the fun begins. We are teed up at the par 5 15th hole. Plenty to talk about here.
Yeah, the fairway down the left side is anything other than straight. It's more like a shipwreck, the raggedness of it. And that water in play, well, if you do find one on the fairway, you can sort of always wave across to the people that are walking down the 11th hole. Find the fairway, you can reach this par 5 and 2. A little bit of an island-looking green there, bunker on the left, and also another bunker just short right. But a fairway missed here. You can rack up 5, 6, 7. I've seen all sorts of scores here at 15.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Yeah. That's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
That not go in.
Oh, man. You can't miss him from that distance.
Even par, currently.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans. And there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. Good putt. Now to the 17th. And Frank, fair to say this is one of the best short par 4s in all of golf?
It is. The drivable par 4 that's designed the way it's meant to be played is a winner. The ones that are just shortened to be made drivable, they don't work. This was designed to be a 17th hole, and it was designed to be drivable. You couldn't get a better place, and you couldn't get a better par 4.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Needs this for par. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side, but it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Nice putt, count it. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
First thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest. We know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position. Just keep it easy and visualize how tomorrow's going to pan out.
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it.
That's fine.
Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name, all 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corps and the Principal's Nose. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the Road Hole bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. Not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by, probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out.
Just misses. That was not a very good read right there. He has this for par. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though. And not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. This one just requires a little bit of focus. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That hurts. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Still playing even for the day after the par. So we're getting set now for the second 9 here at the old course at St. Andrews. And Frank, a chance to get off to a good start here with the short par 4 10th?
Yeah, it's a very subtle hole. It just looks straight ahead in front of you, but there is gorse down the left if you stray, especially into a head breeze. But really, it's drivable for most of the players. Just got to worry about those 2 bunkers. They're sort of short right of the green. You finish up there, then this hole becomes a little more difficult.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
That'll leave him with a good birdie opportunity, only about 10 feet away. That's a good shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. Former college #1 makes another birdie. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the 2 bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those 2 bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces of it.
Into the tall cabbage, that ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact.
It's a big green. He's managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. It's a good-looking putt right here. He might like it. And that is a cross-country putt right there.
Up and over the ridge. That's a seagull.
Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right. And also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through. But it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right, and obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pop bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. He'll take par and move on. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option. I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Third shot, looking for a good one. And it makes the green in regulation. Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. Has the birdie, now at 1 under par for the tournament. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. It brings in those little bunkers called robs, and they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. 170 yards still to go. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
You like this one, Frank?
That's a good one. Safely on.
Those keep the round going, those par putts. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Novello, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present third round coverage of the Open Championship. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance. Do that.
Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this hole is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from that.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just 5 feet left. Frank's starting to make the move.
Leaderboard very volatile at the moment, so a lot of move in that middle piece of the leaderboard. Top 20 so far.
He'll be happy with that. Even the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that
one. This is gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Pretty good shot right there. Settles in over the putt. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the old course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the old course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. You really take anything on this green. You make it 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Well read.
Day 3, and what a tournament this is shaping up to be, Frank.
Quite simply, great weather, great golf, great fans, which is the perfect mix for a golfer trying to win a tournament. The final round, if this is anything to go by, has to just be sensational.
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present final round coverage of the Open Championship. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
And getting ready for the putt. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reasons why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
You'd like that one again.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Did the job right there. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze, because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There's gorse left and right.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Chance to get it close here. And it makes the green in regulation. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? He'd settle for par here. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And that's in for a par. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. The left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. Currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down.
And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
What a great bunker shot. Frank, best bunker players that you've ever seen.
Most of them South African. Gary Player, anyone else, David Frost. Just have a great feel. A little bit like what we just saw there.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
It's a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital F.
Busted that. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday.
Things pointed to a good week. They're very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but, and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into the second shot. Ball just took off the face.
Good contact, good result.
That's an absolute beauty.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
It's just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance. That was miles away.
Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see there's a little sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side. This hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short. You find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie.
Frank, I thought that was in.
Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. He'll take par and move on. Without a doubt, it is one of the most famous finishing holes in all of golf. Frank, it doesn't look like much from the tee, but wow, when you factor in the history, it's something special, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little road that runs across this par 4. It's about 100 yards short of the green. It certainly comes into play when you play this hole into the breeze. But no breeze or into the breeze, you've got to worry about the out of bounds that surrounds the screen, all the way down the right side and beyond. And it's a wonderful little finishing hole in many ways because it tests the mere mortal and it tests the greats of the game.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. All of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
And things are starting to tighten up right now. We'll see where the next move comes from.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the California Classic. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Appears to be tracking well. That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. Settles in over the putt. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, this looks like a fun hole. The first par 5 of the day, 535-yard fifth.
Yeah, as long as you've got something that doesn't go left off the tee shot and doesn't go right off the second shot, you'll be fine.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Look out, this could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. Safely aboard.
Even par, currently.
Good job right there. Now making a move and setting himself up for, who knows, a good weekend run, maybe yet another title. The former college standout has been excellent today.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. He'll need to be strong with this. But he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
The swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
made the green. Getting set now over the putt. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there, you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second.
NASA, we have a splashdown. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet. That's a tough lie to come out of. Not surprising it's come up short.
Well short right there, but still in the game for a par. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side. And then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Get down! Lay down! Didn't check, Frank.
Yeah, just not enough spin on that, really. I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the hole location from here. On the green in regulation. Locked in on the read and the speed. That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
So for Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today it's live second round coverage of the California Classic. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Did the job right there. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have mulch of a shot. You're left.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Drops for a par. Frank, what do you make of this par 3 13th at 214 yards?
It's another example of Pete Dye using those sort of very harsh wooden bulkheads that give you that such a definitive line around the edge of the green. Plus, it's his ability to turn a straight hole into a very angular or crooked-looking hole.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really... it was a rather poor approach shot.
Might be. Could be. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Par 4 15th measuring in at 468 yards.
Nice.
Looks good.
That's fine.
TPC Stadium course is played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Comfortably knocks it in.
Two rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, you know, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the California Classic. Good spot right there.
Center cut.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. This is a good-looking shot. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Oh boy, this is a long par 5, the 11th at PGA West, 617 yards. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Well, Frank, this is something we've seen more and more of in recent years, players just on the fringe.
Yeah, it's good to see. It shows he's thinking. You don't just have to grab the lob wedge. That's it. A hybrid putt, you name it, whatever works.
On the green. Looking at a birdie opportunity. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, what's the right play here? Second to the short 12th.
Short flags, obviously got to keep it on that front section. When you've got a back flag, you've got to get it over that little faint ridge that's in the middle of the screen. Got to go past that.
Early part of his back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Getting set now over the putt. Hard-fought par right there. And now we're at the par 3, 13th hole, 214 yards.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
This is an awkward length. Birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options. You know, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. This is one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play to finish the hole.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Birdie try again here today. A real threat now. Another birdie. 9 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, we are turning home. It says so on the scorecard here at 15.
It is, and once again, another example of great bunkering by Pete Dye. Bunkers on a lot of golf courses are just simply left and right, but what Pete Dye does, he lets them cut in, especially that one down the left side of the fairway. It cuts in, so it has to be avoided, and it's going to be about 280 yards to take it completely out of play. That's probably the best line, is to get it just past that last bunker on the left side.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Locked in on the read and the speed. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live final round coverage of the California Classic. With that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. It's at sneaky distance. No, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Well, Frank, kind of a make-or-break hole here at the 14th, par 4, 389 yards.
Yeah, for the Cavalier player, you can sort of go at this this green in a more direct line. 290 yards will take all this bunker down the right out of play. Just leave you a flick in here. I'm going to say that's not a bad play, really. If you don't do that, then you just got to thread it down the left.
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. Always tough to get a decent flight out of the rough. And you could see that ball was never soaring out of that light.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Solid par 4 here. The 15th is 468 yards. Really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks. even par currently.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. Now the par 5 16th, dog leg, and it's at 600 yards, so a little bit of an advantage to the big bomber, Frank.
Yeah, they can almost take a big chunk out of this hole by going down the left side. If you can take that bunker out of play, and that's a big hit to get past that, and all of a sudden, shortest point between two places is a straight line. You've really reduced this hole into something closer to 570 yards.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Frank, through the years we have seen countless what we would call good ball strikers, great swingers of the golf club, but there is something else that separates those kinds of players with the truly great achievers in the sport. What is it?
Great achievers have more than one plan. I think most players, it's always good if they're playing their golf. But what do you do if your driving is off or if your iron play is off? Do you have a plan B? Great players not only have a plan B, they have a plan C as well. And that's the difference. So when you set foot on the first tee, you've also got to be aware of, what if my driver doesn't go as well as I would like to, or my iron play isn't as sharp? Can I still compete?
So they can turn 74 into a 71.
That's right. And at the end of a 4-day tournament, the 71 doesn't look so bad, even if somebody shot 65 that day. Remember, as you know, and both of us know now, when you look at 4 days, someone always plays average for a day, but they don't play bad.
Golf tournaments aren't 100-yard sprints, they're marathons.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Frank, a little chip shot here from the fringe. Now, a lot of options. I've seen some players hit 6-iron, others will shut down like a sand wedge.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought. Some people just try and perfect like one club, but really the best chippers chip with a variety of clubs. Big green, just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nothing wrong with that par putt. One great hole after another here at PGA West. The finishing hole, no exception. Frank, what can we expect here?
Great finishing hole. It's amazing. If you took the 3 bunkers we're first going to see down the right side, this would almost be a nothing hole. Because they're perfectly situated here, they really shrink up that driving area down the left side. And this is just a reward for a great swing, a great strike, a great shot.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Boy, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship.
He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Really powering up. Headed for the bunker. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
No problems there. A really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie.
Really. This is an awkward length.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. If you're just joining us, let's take you out to our featured golfer at the 5th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically. Did the ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.